Lovers and the Dreamers by Elizabeth Scarhart. Illustrated by the Mayor of Halia. Narrated by Elizabeth Scarhart. Chapter 6. Away from Home. Sans didn't go straight to ink. He had unfinished business after all. That being said, he made no effort to hurry back to Alphys either. It took him a good hour to reach her home in Waterfall. Alphys was furious when he told her what had happened. It took another hour of Sans begging her to calm down before she agreed not to march into Snowdin and knock Papyrus's teeth out. In the end, Sans stayed the night with her. It was too late in the day to go back to the house and gather his things. They set off the next morning to do just that. Alphys intended to try to literally knock some sense into the lazy idiot Sans was forced to call a brother, but Papyrus wasn't home when they got there. For most of the day, Sans packed his things, while Alphys waited to see if Papyrus returned. But nobody came. Come late afternoon, Sans bid Alphys farewell, thanking her for everything, and used the motorbike to enter Ink's pocket. Ink was sitting on his couch, reading a graphic novel, when Sans entered, 2 suitcases and a large backpack on him, and tears streaming down his face.
Sans, what's wrong?
Ink stood, running over to his fiancée as the portal closed behind him.
Ink, can I stay here for a while?
Sans asked through his tears.
Of course you can.
Ink replied, hugging him.
Here, set down your things and come sit on the couch.
Sans did so, and Ink got him a cup of tea.
Now what's happened?
He asked, sitting on the couch, handing Sans the drink. Sans took a sip before saying,
Papyrus was acting really weird yesterday. I can't describe how, but he was withdrawn, I guess you'd call it. He told me to just go do my job, though. I got back later with lunch and he told me to leave.
Fresh tears made their way down Sans's face.
I don't know what I did. I don't know what's wrong. I'm used to being kept in the dark, but it's never been like this before. What did I do? Hey, it's okay.
Ink soothed. He put his arm around him and kissed his cheek.
We'll talk to Dream about it tomorrow. Dream?
Sans asked.
Dream's the embodiment of positivity. When someone's acting very negatively, he can help find out why and how to fix it. It's basically his job.
Ink explained. Sans nodded.
Okay. That sounds like a good idea then.
He sipped some more tea.
In fact, why don't we go right now? Dream can help us figure out why he's acting like this, but he might need you to actually solve it. Papyrus is closer to you than anyone else. But you need to rest a little yourself then. You're a mess, and that isn't going to help.
Ink said knowingly.
Don't worry, we'll get everything sorted out.
Sans could only nod again. He wanted to help Papyrus now, but it sounded like Ink had seen this sort of thing before and knew what he was talking about. For now, it just felt good to sit here with Ink's arm around him. He leaned into it, surprisingly tired from all the packing and crying he'd done today. Ink was warm, the couch was comfortable. Even when everything was wrong, things felt good. Ink quickly took Sans's mug as Sans leaned back further, falling fast asleep. Ink kissed him again.
Sweet dreams, love. It'll be okay.
Sans hadn't meant to doze off, let alone sleep as long as he had. It was actually early the next morning when he woke up to find himself curled up on Ink's couch with a homemade quilt draped over him. He heard noises from Ink's kitchen and went to find him.
Good morning.
Ink greeted when he saw Sans come in.
You slept well. Why didn't you wake me?
Sans asked as Ink put huevos rancheros on the table.
Because sleep helps emotional stress. Having a lot on your mind is exhausting. Why do you think people with depression have so little energy?
Ink told him. Sans smiled, sitting down at one of the plates to eat.
I get the feeling you've dealt with this sort of thing before. Secondhand.
Ink replied.
Creation and positivity kind of go hand in glove, so Dream and I help each other with missions sometimes. I've learned most of this by watching him. Wait, you two are partners? He was praising you when I met him.
Sans pointed out.
I'm not going to pretend I completely understand why Dream does that.
Ink said, rubbing his nasal bone with 2 fingers.
I think he feels like he has to due to some unwritten status quo. In reality, he's the one who helped me find my feet when I first became what I am. Also, since our jobs of protecting the multiverse and filling it with positivity go together, we rely on each other a lot. I'm kind of waiting for him to realize the pedestal he has me on is ridiculous.
Sans nodded.
You certainly don't seem to look down at him.
Ink gave a short chuckle.
Well, he taught me how to replenish my power, and in doing so saved my life. It'd be a pretty big butt wipe if I did.
Sans smiled.
Hey, if he saved you, that means there's hope for him to realize you're on equal terms. Don't give up. Thanks, sweetie.
Ink returned the smile.
Enough thinking about the past, though.
He stood, emptying the plates in the sink.
Let's see what Dream has to say about your brother.
Sans nodded and followed Ink as he painted away into the realm of feelings. The moment they stepped through, it was clear something was wrong. Instead of the lush, living forest Sans had seen on his first visit, the trees were dead, twisted, and gnarled. Nothing grew or lived on them, and the shadows they cast were larger than naturally possible. There was no sun above them, only a dark gray sky with only a sliver of moon to light the area. Sans could still feel the amount of magic in this world, but the magic itself seemed to have changed into a dark, cold energy.
What?
Sans looked around.
What happened here? Dream.
Ink's voice was filled with dread and barely a whisper. He suddenly took off running through the black branches.
Dream!
Dream's the embodiment of positivity. When someone's acting very negatively, not just negatively. Come on, Elizabeth. Ink was warm. The couch was comfortable. Even when everything was wrong.